Hey algebra students, Mr. D'Amico with today's lesson presented on video for you. So here's our worksheet that you should have, and you're also going to need a calculator. We'll get to that in a second. First thing I'd like you to do is notice that there are three inequalities today instead of two. So that means we're going to have three different lines graphed and label them A, B, and C like so. And if you remember from yesterday, when there is just an X like this in our inequality, that means it's going to be a vertical line. So I've already started to graph a little bit. So look what I have so far. Inequality A is X is greater than -3. And then I started graphing inequality B, which is Y is less than -1/3 X plus 3. So where I started there is right here at +3 for the plus 3. And then I counted down 1 over 1, 2, 3, down 1 over 1, 2, 3 for my slope. I also did some points this way, up 1 and to the left 3. And that's also going to be a dashed line. So something that looks like that. Finally, y is greater than x minus 1. So down here at x minus 1, that's -1 actually, and the slope is +1, so we're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and so on. We could also go down 1 over 1 this way, and you can see about where they're going to intersect. That is going to be another dashed line. So if I go this way, sorry, it's hard to use a straight edge and hold the iPad at the same time, so I'm not going to be using a straight edge, although you should be. Much easier with a straight edge. Okay, so there is inequality C. Now, if you notice, there's 1, 2, 3 intersection points. And the direction says, find the coordinates of the vertices of the figure formed by each system of inequalities. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to notice when you shade this. So, for example, inequality A shades to the right, so because it's greater than, so it's everything going this way. Inequality B is less than, so it shades down. Inequality C is greater than, so it shades up. So it's everything inside this triangle. And the three vertices of the triangle, again, I circled. So we're going to label those points, and that's what our solution is, because we're finding the vertices. So it looks like the first one is -3. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second one looks like it's -3, -1, -2, -3, -4. And finally, the last one over here looks like it's +3, 2. Okay, that's how you do it by hand. What happens if we wanted to try it on the calculator? So let's take a look at the next example. Okay, I'm going to label my inequalities again, A, B, and C. And what's nice about this is that they're already set up for us. But this time, I'm going to show you how to do it using the calculator. So let's try this. So we're going to turn it on. And kind of hard to see like that, so I am going to show it to you this way, trying to figure out the best way with the light here. All right, so go to y equals, and let's clear out everything that we have. So we are going to hit clear, and there's that light again. Pardon me, guys. I guess that's going to be the best we're going to do. Okay, so this time I am going to, I'm actually going to get these back to the lines, because all I want to find is the intersection point this time. I don't really want to use the shading like we did yesterday. And there we go. Okay. So now I'm actually going to enter the first inequality, which is negative 3x plus 7. Second one, 1/2 x. And third and final inequality is going to be just negative 2. Okay, so let's double check that. We've got negative 3x plus 7, 1/2 x, and negative 2. Let's go ahead and graph it. And remember, if you don't have this window, you want to hit zoom 6. But notice there's going to be another 3 intersections. So if we want to find the intersections, we can also do it this way. So we're going to go second, and we're going to hit calculate, and we want to calculate the intersection. Now here's where we have to be careful. There's 3 different lines. So if I want to find the intersection between this line and let's say this other diagonal line, which would be right here, I'm going to hit enter, and then it's going to jump to another line. And if I move around, okay, I am on this line right here. So I want to get close again to that and hit enter again, and then one more time. Okay, so my first intersection is at 2, 1. That's one of my solutions. So let's write that down. 2, 1, okay. Now I'm going to go back to calculate, second, calculate, and I want to calculate the intersection again. Now this time, if I move down, I want to do this same line that I was on. If I hit enter, it's going to go back to this line, and I already found this intersection. So I'm going to hit enter again. Actually, I lied. I'm not going to hit enter again. I'm going to hit the down arrow, which will take me to this line. So let's try that one more time. So let's hit second, calculate, intersect. Okay, so I want to be on this line here. So I want to go down to this other intersection, hit enter. Now if I go left and right, this is the line that I already had. So I don't want to go left or right. I want to hit down to get to the horizontal line. And now I'm on the horizontal line. Enter 2 more times. So my next intersection point is 3, negative 2. And my final intersection, let's go second, calculate, intersection. Now if you look here, I've already found the intersection of this line. I do not want this line. I want the other diagonal line and the horizontal line. So I'm going to hit down. I want this line. And then hit enter. And now it's going to say second curve, and then it does jump to that line. Negative 4, negative 2. So basically, when you're on the line, you keep hitting up and down until you're on the line that you want. And then you hit enter, and it'll go to another line. If that's not the line that you want, hit down again, and it'll take you to the next line, which is probably the line that you want, considering there's only 3. Okay, so this time I did not make a graph. However, I did write down my intersection points, like so. Next one, I'm going to make a graph, and I'm also going to use a calculator to find the intersection points. That's my last one. Number 3. So let's go, here we go again, holding the iPad, very difficult to do. Okay, so the first one is set up, the second one is set up, the third one, if we add 4x to both sides, of course, we should subtract 4x from both sides. That's better. Then we're going to divide everything by negative 3. When we divide by negative, remember the inequality sign switches. Negative divided by negative is positive. And 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. So this is my new C inequality. So I'm going to go ahead and graph those right now. Okay, first one is negative 1/2 x plus 3. So down 1 over 2. Keep going down 1 over 2. And I can go up 1 into the left 2, like so. It is a solid line. Something like that. All right. And our next one is less than or equal to 2x. So the y-intercept is 0. And I can actually tell by the way that this is going to intersect as we go down 2 into the left one, because the slope is positive 2. I can already tell the way that this one's going to intersect. It's not going to intersect at an integer. Somewhere in there is our intersection. And I can tell you right now that that's going to be a decimal. So the calculator is really going to help me for this one. And finally, 4/3 x minus 3. So that's up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this one okay, our vertices are here, here, and somewhere over here. Thank goodness we have the calculator. So let's go back and let's enter them. So let's see if we can do this correctly. We are going to, let's go like this. We're going to go back to y equals. Let's clear it out. All right, so we're going to go negative 1/2 x plus 3. So let's go negative 1/2 x plus 3. And then let's go 2x. All right, and then let's go 4/3 x minus 3. So 4, parentheses, 4/3 x minus 3. Okay, now that I have all those correct, I'm going to graph them. So we are just about to hit graph, just verifying that they're correct. Maybe it's a little bit better if I hold it like this. Okay, so go back to the intersect menu, which would be second trace. Find the intersection. Okay, so this first curve is fine. Get close to it, hit enter, and it's going to jump to another line. And since I haven't found one yet, I can find this one first. Enter, enter. 1.2, 2.4. So let's write that down. We have 1.2, 2.4. All right. Second, calculate. Intersect. Enter. Now not this line again, so we push down. That jumps to the next line. Enter, enter. All right, let's round that to 3.3, 1.4. So we will go 3.3, 1.4. And finally, second, calculate, intersect. Now I already did this one, so I am going to hit down. And now I want to get way down here, somewhere over there. Hit enter, and I am already on the second curve, so somewhere way down here, -5 maybe. -4.5, -9. Okay. So come back over here, -4.5, -9. And if we want to shade it, we can shade like so. Okay, so there you have it. There's 1, 2, and 3. I did not graph number 2, but please graph that. So you want to graph them, and you want to use the calculator if the intersections are decimals, especially. Sorry for the quality of this video, but I wanted to show you how to do it by hand. And now you have it. Please flip over to the back and try the problems. There are 3 of them. Oh, there we go. And try those on your own right there. They're just like the ones that we did. Just make sure that you put them in slope-intercept form first. There should be 3 points. The 3 points that make the triangle are the points of your solutions. Thank you so much for watching. The Cubs won, and they're in the NLCS now. Don't forget to fly the W. This is Mr. D'Amico signing off. Guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day and happy graphing. Bye, guys.